Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the new PlannerKate kits for 2023.
Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Jennifer, also known as Happy Place Planning. I'm glad you stopped by and I hope you enjoy today's video.
So Kate was kind enough to send over some of her goodies from kit 501, which we'll be releasing with their January 2023 kit launch. However, Kate always reformats her kits for January. So I wanted to kind of pull out each of these sheets, show them to you, and then compare them to the current 2022 kits so you can see the similarities and differences. And then of course I'll put some down in the planner so you can see how, if any of the spacing has changed, and you're gonna be so excited. I have already tried to peek through some of these, but I didn't want to tear into them because she did label the back for me so I would know exactly which kit that I'm showing you. The other thing is this video is going to go live on October 22nd, and Kate will also be posting her pictures of the kits in their digital format, like perfection. So if you're looking for just pictures, you'll be able to check out Kate's post, but I wanted to also do a little bit of this video format for you. But everything should be available for you to see either here or through Kate's own site on October 22nd. All right, I have these in somewhat of an order. We're gonna start with monthly and then kind of work our way down to weekly and daily. So let me get this first monthly kit. So this is a 7x9 kit made for Erin Condren. If you want to see a list of which planners Kate is going to be making, and hobonichi, which is new, but make sure you read her blog post because I don't have absolutely everything. This is just for the Erin Condren 7x9 life plan. Okay, first sheet looks like this. She still is going to offer sheet 1 with the headers and sheet 2 with the sidebar and labels. And let me just grab the current kit to show you the difference. So I grabbed a September kit so you can kind of see here. This is the new format. This is the current 2022 format that will be going away here with the January launch. So the font's changing. This was more of a scripty font. This is more of a type print font. It looks like the font for the days of the week have also changed. And then very obvious to me, instead of circles, we have these kind of rounded off squares. These had some just date circles, just some circles. This is now flags and asterisks, and some of you will be pleased with this. The new kits will have the holidays right here on this sheet for you, whereas the 2022 kits did not. So you could have picked up the holidays and added them separately through a different sheet, but now they're actually printed on these stickers for you. And then you also get some payday, day off, no school. And let's just look at the second sheet. So that's the first sheet with the headers. Here's the second sheet. And you still get your sidebar. You still get the squares to cover the days that don't fall in the current month. Still get hearts and stars. This one has some flags. You still get a bunch of basic labels, and the appointment labels have not gone away either. So it looks like most of those changes happened on the sheet 1 that has the headers. The dashboard page that is made to go on the dashboard of each month of the Erin Condren Life Planner has gotten a major revamp. So these are going to fit perfectly over each of those sections on the dashboard. Just to compare, here's a look at the 2022 version. So you had some thick pieces, a big piece for the bottom that you could layer here, and some labels with the month sticker being separate. Now this will cover that large area of the dashboard, and let me just grab my current planner so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the dashboard page in the current Erin Condren Life Planner. So this big box is going to perfectly cover this rectangle. This box is going to perfectly cover this area, and so forth. So that's a little bit of a change on the format. This is a much bigger sheet. Everything will fit perfectly, where this you kind of had to layer. Now, you can also pick up 2 different versions to go inside this bottom box. On the 2022 version, it came with this lined one. You could put this habit tracker on top and the alignment fit perfectly. If you get this and just this is just a blank open section for that bottom box, but Kate is also going to be offering in the monthly drop down for the listings sheet H, 4A, and 4B. And if you are a lined person, you're going to be able to pick up this little add-on to pop on top of that bottom box. And if you are a habit tracking person, you can pick up this add-on that will go on top of that box as well. So that's a look at the monthly dashboard changes. And then Kate actually has something brand new for 2023 that is also part of the monthly lineup, and that is a perpetual monthly. So this will fit on an entire sheet of your 7x9 Erin Condren planner. So if you wanted to cover up this entire dashboard section with this month sticker, you could do that. Or if you wanted to use this notes page that's across from the dashboard, you could do that as well. Really, any 7x9 page in your planner, you can take this full page sticker off and pop it down. And it is a monthly perpetual calendar. So if you like the list format for your month, or you need to make a to-do list for the month, one for each day, anything like that, birthdays, this would be a great sheet to pick up. And this is going to be a brand new sheet, and I thought it was just genius. I love it. So this will be another sheet that's available in the monthly listing. Next up, I'll show you the A5 EC monthly. We're going to see the same changes have kind of happened on these sheets as well. Of course, it's a little bit different because it's made for the A5 size planner, but you do have the sheet 1 for the headers. Sheet 2 looks like this with some full boxes, half boxes, checklists, lots of appointment labels. You will also have that option for your dashboard page with the add-ons to choose for the bottom box, either the habit tracker or the lined version. And you also have that great perpetual calendar option as well. So I think what I'll do is grab my A5 planner and kind of put this set down so we can actually see how it looks in a planner. Okay, so there's a look at the monthly pages down. The headers are a little bit different. You'll notice that the day of the week strip is not right on the bottom edge of the sticker sheet. This pattern kind of peeks its way through on the bottom, so that's different. All of your appointment labels and everything still fit perfectly, and all of your favorites I think will be back, like these that you're going to need to plan out your month. Let's go ahead and put down the dashboard pages next. Okay, those were super easy to put down. And of course, this is going to look exactly the same if you choose a 7x9 size. It's just going to be a bigger scale. Love, love, love how all of this looks across from each other with the this month perpetual calendar and all of these boxes fitting perfectly. So perfection. I think Kate did a fantastic job on that. Very pleased. And that'll give you a look at what that looks like when they're actually down on the planner. And next up, we are going to move right on into weekly kits. So Kate's weekly kits are always super popular. I'm guessing one of their major sellers. Of course, I don't have all the background info on the business side, but I know a lot of you are going to want to see these. And there's an extra new sheet in here that you're going to love. But our favorites are still back. Sheet A is still the full box sheet. It did get a little bit of a revamp, which I'll talk about here in a minute. Sheet B in that listing is still going to be the washi strip sheet that has the multiple sizes of washi. Sheet C is still the sampler. You can tell right away that it got a little bit of an update. Look at that weekend banner. It's fantastic. So we'll look at the differences on that as well. Your drop down in that listings for sheet D, E, and F is still going to be the checklist page. Again, a little bit of a revamp there. And then sheet G in the weekly listing is something new. It is the full functional sheet. It is a full size and it has all functional stickers that match the kit. So let's go ahead and go through and look at what's been updated on each sheet. I did pull kit MK454 out of my stash just so we could compare and see what has changed from the 2022 version to the 2023 version. So 2022 is over here again. Here's the updated version. You can see we have some full boxes and then some half boxes here at the bottom. On the new version, you're going to still get some full box stickers, but two of these that were like an overlay here on the old sheet have been replaced with a tracking full box, and these half boxes have been replaced by the new half box ombre boxes. Now, if you followed me for any time, you know that I absolutely love the ombre boxes. And so when I saw the new updated spacing and the smaller size, I fell in love. So this is a switch that I personally am very happy with. And of course, you still get your full boxes. I was never one to use these with the overlay. If I was planning my week, I would always grab these solid full boxes first. So this change isn't really going to impact my planning, but I love the changes. So there's a look at sheet A. Let's go right into the washi strips and see what's changed there. So it looks like the washi strips are still the same. You get a standard size of washi on both ends, some thinner washi pairs next, and then all of these sections are solid skinny washi. So if you loved the washi sheet page, you're going to be happy, I think. All of these are exactly the same spacing. So our washi strips are back. Now let's take a look at the sampler. The sampler is always so nice because I feel like you can grab just the sampler and get pretty much all of your planning for the week done. And I love that it's a mix of functional and a little bit of decorative as well. So first off, that weekend banner, it has got a major update. So it's no longer just this script, it's kind of a double layered effect. Again, I'm not a sticker maker, so I don't know all the terms for this, but you have the weekend in kind of a printed font in the background with that cursive font over the top. So the weekend banner has changed. I think it's beautiful. We have a new updated full box. It looks like this is a little bit smaller in size than this full box. These have been replaced. So instead of these basic labels here, they've been replaced with flags. Your skinny appointment labels have made a return. They're just in a different location. This new version does not have the standard size appointment labels, but you can pick those up as an add-on, so no worries there. And then it looks like basically these have been replaced with the dash labels, which are my absolute favorite. So I'm glad those are on the sampler. And then since those decorative full boxes are not on the full box sheet anymore, we have some decorative half boxes here, which is really nice. It also looks like the scripts have been updated. So instead of just lettering, all of these new ones are kind of either icons by themselves or icons with the font, which I think looks really nice. So instead of just having the planner separately, which you do down here, you have it with the planning time. It's like both of those are combined, which I think is a really nice change as well. Still get the washi on the side, obviously, so that's enough to go across your entire week. We do have flags on this version, which you did not in 2022, and some little asterisks. So that's a look at the sampler change, and next up we will look at the checklist page. So if you're shopping the weekly kit section, the drop down, pages D, E, and F are all checklists, but they're specific to what type of planner you have. So sheet D is the EC hourly, plum vertical, and the EC A5 horizontal. Sheet E is for the EC vertical, and sheet F is for the EC horizontal and the Moxie Life. All of these are exactly the same as far as what stickers are on the bottom. The only difference will be that these checklists are made specifically for the planner that you have, which was kind of the same in the 2022 kits. So here is the EC hourly, which is the planner I use, and the EC hourly from 2022. You can tell the checklists have been updated, so the spacing is still going to work for your EC hourly planner, but the actual boxes, the outline is thinner than the 2022 version. Hope I'm explaining that well. These are more bold, I guess, than these. So the spacing still works, just a little bit of a facelift as far as the print goes. These solid skinny labels are a little bit different than these. No half boxes anymore. We get the doodle boxes and the dashed flags along with some appointment labels. So a little bit of an update on the checklist sheet as well, still very functional. And then there's nothing to compare this one to because this is a brand new sheet. So in that weekly listing, drop down G is going to be the functional sheet, and you get flags across the top, super skinny labels on this top section, some of her new brush stroke labels, some solid boxes, some checklists, flags, and oh my gosh, so excited about these full box flags with lines. So this is definitely a functional sheet, hence its name. And I think if you are a all-out functional planner, you could get that sampler sheet and this sheet and really be set to go for the week. It's a great new addition to the weekly kit options. Chugging right along with weekly options, we have our weekly add-on sheets. And there have been some updates to these as well. So add-ons are their own listing, and when you go, there are several options in the drop-down. Add-on 1 are the strip headers. These fit the EC hourly planners. And just to show you, obviously add-on 1 is still a strip header. However, the fonts have changed. So instead of the script version, it's just more of a print version, and instead of circles, we have the updated squares for the numbers. So add-on 1 is still strip headers, just the font has changed. Add-on 2 is the individual headers. These fit in a lot of different planners that have that standard 1.5 inch column. So if you use like the Erin Condren vertical planner, these are going to still be perfect for you. Again, I do actually have that one to show you. So this is the 2022 version. The script has been updated to this different font choice. And add-on option 3 is another version of her headers, and instead of the rectangles, this one is just that brush stroke option. Add-on 4 is still our favorite thick, beautiful washi. Add-on 5 are the thin washi strips. And then this is where we have a little bit of a difference. Add-on 6 is that doodle icon that we love, but the sheet's just a little bit larger, and of course the doodles still match the colors of the kit. So if you are a doodle lover, those are back. Add-on 7 is the day and date option. This has also gotten a little bit of a facelift. Here's the 2022 version on the right. So the circles have been replaced with asterisks, flags, hearts, stars, and some updated circles. So you can see here, these now have a black outline with a solid fill, whereas the 2022 version was just a solid color. And the weekend banner is now gone. So if you like the weekend banner on this one, you'll want to pick up the sampler that has the weekend banner option for you if you have to have a weekend banner on your weekly plans. So this is the new day and date sheet. And again, font has changed and these have been updated to a rectangle rather than a circle. Add-on 8 is now a black and white icon with the little hearts. And if you pay attention to detail, which I usually do, you can see the hearts will match the kit color. So Kate has a whole line of these icons out if you want to buy them, and they come with the hearts in like the EC color scheme. But now we have that option as an add-on, and the hearts will match the kit. Add-on 9 got a little bit of an update as well. I love that she included the Warehouse Wednesday and the PlannerKate new release. Those are always things that I mark in my planner. All of these other things are also very functional things that you're going to use weekly. And I know she takes the time to think about what we need in our planners as far as what's most used, and not just including things. So this is the old sheet, this is the new sheet. And you can see we kind of have those black and white icons with the mixed script make a return here. So that's a look at add-on 9. Add-on 10 is the full box ombres. That was add-on 8 previously, but still exactly the same. So if you are a full box ombre user, those standard classic PlannerKate full box ombres are making a return, and this year they will be add-on 10. Add-on 11 is going to be the sidebar add-on, so you still get the full box decorative box. We have an updated this week sticker with that new line spacing for Monday through Sunday, an updated spacing on the to-do list, and your habit tracker. Just the font has changed there. So a little bit of an update, facelift for our add-on for the sidebar. Add-on 12 is going to be the appointment label sheet. This is where I said if you really like those standard size appointment labels, they are no longer on the sampler page. So you might want to pick up this add-on, which again is add-on 12, and are exactly the same as add-on 12 from the 2022 version. Add-on 13 is an updated basic label sheet. So you have some super skinnies and this little, it's not quite a quarter, not really a half, it's kind of in between. So some nice basic labels for add-on 13. Add-on 14 are the budget labels. These are the updated version, so you have the square on the left to check them off, and then this section where you write the amount has that little dollar sign that kind of splits the dark and the light side in half. Super cute. Add-on 15 are the dashed labels that we have all grown to love. I'm glad they are making a reappearance. They are some of my favorites just for planning out my week. Add-on 16 is an updated, well, actually it looks like exactly the same as add-on 10. So these are your decorative boxes. You get some quarter boxes and some half boxes. Oh gosh, this is gonna be something to talk about maybe. The scallops are back. So in 2022, there was no drop down or add-on option for scallops. We now have add-on 17 for the 2023 kits, and they are scallops and they are the new dashed version, which I absolutely love. So we have some of the skinny scallops and then these kind of half box options here, but the scallops are back. Then we have two new options for 2023. Add-on 18 is this timed label mixed. Why don't I just read what she actually calls it? Sometimes I just make up my own words for things. These are the mini time labels, according to Kate, who makes them. So we're going to go with that. And of course, you have different times here, and they all match the colors of the kit. Add-on 19 are large scripts. So this is a new appearance. If you missed that second weekend banner that came off of the day and date dot sheet, this might be one that you can get if you like, to mix up your weekend banners. So this is another weekend banner option. I love the little arrows down there at the bottom. And then lots of scripts that just have the kit colors and sort of like a black outline shadowing to them. I'm excited to use these. We're going to have to obviously test these in a planner for sure. Okay, guys, that is a look at the weekly kits and all of the add-ons. I did forget to say, if there are clip art, I think those would be add-on 20. There just isn't a clip art available for this particular kit that Kate sent me. So look for clip art. If it's available, she will add it. It's just not that every kit has that available. So there's a look at weekly. Let's go ahead and put this in a planner and see what they look like. I'm actually going to drop these onto the planner that I'm actually using. I anticipate, based on the kit numbers that Kate has released, that there's going to be a New Year's Day kit of some sort. So I'm going to skip this week that has the first in my planner, and we're going to put some stickers down on the week of January 2nd. Okay, so I kind of zipped through that and just put a bunch of stuff down. I tried to include the new things on here. So your sidebar stackables are still going to be the same sidebar add-on. Over here, your dash labels, your half boxes, none of that stuff is really going to change as far as spacing goes. Still have those nice full box options. This is a look at that new updated ombre box. This is off of the new functional sheet, which is part of the weekly listing. These brush stroke stickers and these full box flags with lines. I also popped down some of the large scripts. I think it'd be fun to layer those in some of the labels, or, you know, on top of some of these where you're writing out a list, but they also look nice just on their own. So you could kind of do that, or you could put one, in my mind anyway, down by itself and then maybe make a checklist underneath. But all of the spacing, I think, looks really good still. Kate is a perfectionist when it comes to that. So here's a look at some of the stickers for your weekly planning options. And this is the Erin Condren 7x9 hourly planner, just for reference. Let's move on. Let's keep going. Got more to show you. Next up, we're going to be jumping into the Daily Duo. So I do have my planner here. We're going to test them out, but also I'll show you all of the sheets and compare them to the old sheets. So the Daily Duo will have its own listing. Sheet 1 is still going to be these strip headers with the dates, and it has gotten an update. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sheet 2, we still have some large rectangles, but these are also different. They have the new dashed option around them. Same with sheet 3. Sheet 4 is still an appointment label option. Sheet 5 is still the full bottom box sheet. Sheet 6, I'm very excited to show you some of the changes on this one, but it's the extra box number 7, but the extras on this page are a little bit different. I think before they were scripts, and then we have an updated week at a glance to look at. So sheet 1 did get an update. Here's a look at an old 2022 sheet. You're going to notice that the headers themselves are a little bit thinner. You can tell just by how much room they take up on the paper. So they're a little bit thinner, not as wide. Obviously a font change here. The circles have been replaced again by square dates, and then that left room for some thin washi strips on this page. Okay, so just as an example, these full boxes, they're still going to be the same. Now we have 6 full boxes on the page, and then these scripts have been replaced by the other full box, but you're still getting, you know, the 7 full boxes that you need between the 2 sheets. Before, the other 2 boxes came on add-on 6, so those just kind of shifted sheets, I guess. Now on this sheet, we still get the rectangles with, and now they have this dash label, which is new. Before they were just solid. Now they have this nice little dash around them. And then the checklists have been updated, so they're still going to fit the spacing of the Daily Duo, but again, the actual box itself is a little less bold. And then you have a mini calendar cover here and an extra set of washi strips if you needed to break your days down or cover up some of those sections. Add-on 3 is the same, with the exception of now they have that dashed line around them. Add-on 4, the appointment labels still look exactly the same. And then this is where your 7th full bottom box comes in, and now you have some arrows, but I can't wait to show you guys these in the actual planner. A lot of people are breaking their columns down into 2 sections, and now instead of having to do that with your ink pen and a ruler, you can just pop a sticker down. I thought was super smart. And then some scripts, and then let's look at the differences in the week at a glance. So your week at a glance still obviously has the week at a glance. This date section has been updated, so now it's not a column off to the side. It's actually aligned at the top of each of those boxes. And then these have been replaced, instead of circles on this Daily Duo week at a glance, they've been replaced with flags. So these date flags can be put over those flags. The to-do section, very similar. It looks like the spacing is a little bit different. This little section has been updated with a removal of the word tracker and replaced with the word habits. Again, the font is different. And then this little blank bottom rectangle, you now have an addition of this little flag. And the top looks the same. You have the pattern of the kit in the back with a rectangle across for you to write the dates of. So a little bit of an update on the week at a glance sheets as well. If you are a Daily Duo user, those monthly kits that I showed at the beginning of the video will still work. In this planner, you could still use that perpetual calendar over here. You could use the new dashboard kits, but let's go ahead and take a look at a daily page and I will show you the differences. I really wanted to look at those headers and show you how those look. So right away you can see that the new version is much thinner. I like to cover up the line that's printed on the planner. You can see that leaves just a little bit more white space at the top if you align it on the bottom of the line in the planner. I really like the thinner profile. I am a huge fan of white space and I think it looks absolutely perfect. So there are the updated sizing on the headers. Let's also go ahead and pop down the day of the week as well as the date, so you can see what that looks like on top of the header strip. These appointment labels are still going to fit the same, so you can cover up the time. With these, they go from edge to edge of the column, just like they did before. This version of the dashed label is meant to be used to have the time still showing, so that's an option. And then this updated full box sheet where you get your 7th full box. Of course, the full box still fits down here, but I wanted to specifically show you these. A lot of people are drawing in arrows, so if you are like me and would prefer a sticker, you can just pop one of those down. And then I've seen a lot of people also dividing their columns into 2 equal sections, or even a thinner and a bigger section if you want to put like work things on one side and home things on the other. So now you can do that. And if you needed to use multiple stickers to cover up your whole day, you could also do that. So I'm hoping that these come in a sheet of their own in case you use a lot of these like I anticipate doing. So there's a look at some of the Daily Duo changes. Let's go ahead and put this down as well because I think a lot of you will want to see the checklists. So the checklists still line up. Again, they're just not as bold, and I like that more of a streamlined look. We also have dashed calendar covers. A lot of this stuff is still just like you're used to. So there's a look at some of the Daily Duo changes. I will also go ahead while I'm here and put down the week at a glance and the Daily Duo. So I like to start with my header, again covering that line up in the planner, and then these are 2 separate sections. So if you take the first one and line it up on the edge of your header, your alignment will work out really well. I know some people have asked about that. And then what's going to happen is you'll have a little bit of white space left in between your 2 columns. So there is the first half. Let's go ahead and put on the second sheet. And so for this one, I'll line it up on this edge of the header, which sometimes is hard to do with the camera in the way. So that's how I like to do mine. So you can see there is a little bit of space here, but I like how the sides are flush. And then of course, these little flags fit right over the little flags printed. So Monday is the 2nd in this case. And then you have, of course, all the dates and some extra little flags, stars, hearts. There's the week at a glance. I also have some exciting news for those of you who like variety. So this is the week at a glance option 1, very similar to the 2022 version that we looked at, but there is now a week at a glance option 2 that will be available for the kits, and it looks like this. So if this version doesn't work for you and you don't necessarily need the to-do sections and the habit tracker and all of that jazz, this is one piece. So you just literally pull it up, put it down, and it is a option 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Find another blank notes page in my Daily Duo, and we will put down this sheet. All right, that went down really easy. I just kind of tried to line it up on the side here. So this would be week at a glance option 2, just a nice open grid section with your days of the week and a notes section. She will also have this available in the A5 size. So if you are an A5 Daily Duo user, this would be perfect if you liked this version for your week at a glance as well. I'll also pop in here right now with the notes shell page. So I used this across from the monthly dashboard page a lot. So I would use the dashboard kit here, and then for this page I used the notes companion or the notes shell, whatever you want to call it. This has not really changed. You still have your checklists, a nice quote box, dash labels, some that have the script already on them. I think the only thing that might have changed is this font, but all of these options are still the same. So if you don't want to use the perpetual calendar that I showed you earlier, I think that this sheet was made for this notes page and works out really well. Next up, we're going to jump right into compact vertical kits. I do have the A5 size to show you, and I'll show that in the planner as well. And then Kate made a create your own 7x9 kit, which is very similar, that you can use in any 7x9 planner. So those kind of go hand in hand, but let's first look at the A5 size. Okay, so this is the 2023 version. Sheet 1 is going to have your headers, some of those dashed lines to break things in half that I just showed you on the Daily Duo kits, updated headers with the flags, lots of checklists. The full box now comes on this sheet to cover that extra spot in this planner, and then lots of the mixed script and black icon combinations. Sheet 2 now for the compact vertical looks like this. So you have those updated black outline dots, and then you have the labels with the dashed line around them. Sheet 3, you have flags and a variety of appointment size boxes. And then 4A, 4B, 4C, and 4D in conjunction with this box. So depending on your own planner needs and what you like to layer down here, you have some options. So sheet A looks like this, and this rectangle fits inside this rectangle. So if you like a to-do list with a tracker, you're going to want sheet A. If you like just a straight up to-do list, you would want sheet B. So again, this fits in here. If you like just lines with no to-do list, you would get sheet C. And then she also has option D, which is a this week, Monday through Sunday with a tracker. So lots of options to fill in on this bottom box. Now you'll remember maybe from 2022, if you use a compact vertical, you just had these two sheets, one with the headers, it had the brushstroke headers, flags, the old bolder checklist versions, and then the second sheet had just one option for this box, appointment labels and some flags. So I feel like this is much more versatile. You can layer just exactly what you want. So I would probably pick this one with the to-do list and the tracker, but I love that there are options to layer there. Let's pop these in to the planner and see what they look like. So there's kind of a look at the shell with the headers down at the top and the dates. And then let's look at how this notes section covers. Again, you get this full box now on sheet number 1, and you still get checklist options. But we also have some appointment labels that are still going to work just like before. They go from edge to edge of your column. And you also get dashed labels that fit from column to column edge. And then you have these fun mix and match. So whichever one works for you. I think I will put down the to-do list with the tracker, but all of those fit right inside this box. So there's a look at the new updated A5 compact vertical kits, and then we're going to jump right into the 7x9, which are exactly the same, of course, on a larger scale so that you can use those in a 7x9 notebook. Very quickly here, you're going to get the same options for the 7x9. I will link my video for the create your own 7x9 planner that I did below in case you want to see that. But these are going to all be exactly the same as the A5 version that I just showed you, only larger so that you can use them on a 7x9 planner. So you get sheet 1 as an option, again with the headers, the dates, and your bottom box. You also have an option for appointment labels and some dashed labels, and then the same options here for add-ons that go inside of this rectangle. And just as a reminder, this is what the 2022 version looked like. You just had these 2 sheets. So those same changes that I talked about in the A5 version happened for the 7x9 version as well. And now we have something completely new, which I have seen people raving about, and that is the fact that Kate is now going to be offering Hobonichi Weeks kits. I am not as familiar with the Hobonichi planner. This is the first Hobonichi Weeks planner that I've owned, so the layout is a little bit new to me, but we're going to put these down in the planner as well. So if you are a Hobonichi Weeks user, I think you're going to be pleased with this new weekly kit option. So you're going to have 2 sheet options in the drop down M4 and M5. Sheet 1 for your Hobonichi Weeks is going to look like this. You have your month header, and then all of these things. Now, I don't even know what to call each of these because I'm not as familiar with the Hobonichi Weeks planner, but maybe those will be obvious as I move them over. And then this section, or sheet 2, looks like this with, it looks like your weekly strip here for your days of the week. These are amazing. Look at these little doodle boxes. Love, love, love those. Lots of dashed options with the rectangle and some ovals, and then the mixed script. Oh, this is adorable too. See, this is what happens to me. I don't pick a planner and then Kate makes kits. Usually what happens is Kate makes a kit and then I love them and then I try them in the planner. So let's go ahead and just lay these down. Again, I'm not as familiar with this as this is my first one, but hopefully I can figure out where these things go and we can take a look. So as I'm playing around here, it looks like this sheet is made more for the monthly. So I'm going to put this strip down here, of course. Yep, perfect fitting there, so I know that I'm on the right track. We have Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday through Sunday. And then I'm going to guess that these little boxes fit perfectly in here. And if you wanted to cover up all of the dates on here, you could do that as well. I'm just going to grab the number 2. These are teeny tiny. You could actually put all of these little flag headers down. And then does this go down here? It does. That's beautiful. And then of course, all of these little dash labels will fit inside your monthly calendar boxes as well. I did just pop this January label on vertically and it fits nice in the sidebar. That's from this sheet as well. So I think that is super cute. I'm already tempted. How bad is that? Let's flip to a week and look at the weekly stickers. I need to go to January 2nd. So it looks like obviously your strip header for your days go over here. You can fill in with the corresponding dates. They are little flags. And then we have the week of, which I'm assuming goes over here. And then another little strip on the sheet too that could fill in the header section over here. The tiniest, most adorable little checklists I've ever seen that line up over here for the grid section. Of course, all of these can be used on either page. Looks like these will fit over here as well. And we have, if you don't like this section down here that comes with, looks like some quotes and the mini calendar, you can cover them up with these two strip sheets. This sheet also comes with this week to go to do a bunch of different scripts, so you could make sections over here for sure and do that. Let's take a look at these little habit trackers. Oh, so smart. So these go over here. It looks like, maybe, question mark. We're gonna put it on both sides and see what we like. So you could do that. I would probably put them over on this section. Wonder if they fit. No, let's put one over here. My mind's going a million miles a minute. So you could write down your habit here and check those off each day of the week. Obviously you can put them wherever you would like to. And then we have some script options and this little mini calendar, Monday through Sunday tracker. You could put that wherever you needed to as well for the week. All right, again, I probably messed up a bunch of that because I am not as familiar with the Hobonichi weeks, but I will be playing around with them just for fun to kind of show the different ways and try something new out with PlannerKate stickers. And yeah, it's a very quick look at the brand new Hobonichi weeks kit option. Okay guys, that's probably going to be a long video. I'm just wrapping up. I have a mess here. I need to put all of this stuff away, but I tried to be thorough and go through all of the new PlannerKate changes that will be happening for 2023. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have questions about things and I have these sheets, I can definitely check things for you and let you know how they work. So leave a comment with any questions you have and I will definitely try to get back to those in 24 hours or so. So I am definitely looking forward to PlannerKate's other kits. This was just a look at kit 501, part of the January lineup that will be launching soon. So again, thanks for joining me and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.